Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the shop. It's been a while since we've been in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, but I thought I wanted to come back and do a little stream of this, see if we can do some more car rebuilding. I was poking around in the mods that they have in the workshop online for this game through Steam, and I managed to find a 1960 Corvette, which is this rusted beast right here. A number of people have asked me, actually, it comes up pretty much every time I play this game, what my favorite car is. And I would say that these old-style Corvettes are something that I really like. And not necessarily because they were the best cars on the planet or anything like that. I think it was just that when I was a kid, I had some models of them, and I really liked them. And there's something about the body style and stuff that's always appealed to me. So as soon as I saw this someone in the workshop, I thought, you know what, we really need to grab that so we can take it into the shop and rebuild it. Obviously, this one came from the Junkyard. It's in pretty rough shape. But by the time we're done, it should be all shiny and new. We'll have ourselves our very own 1960 Corvette. Now, generally I stream for about 2 hours when I stream at night, so I found another car in the Junkyard too, and this one's in a little bit better shape, but this is a Lotus. And I figured if we get the Corvette finished, then we can work on this Lotus Esprit S1, and see if we can get this one all fixed up as well. Now, it actually looked worse when it was in the Junkyard, but for some reason when I brought it back here, the paint job actually looks almost reasonable. I mean, it's scratched and everything, it's not in good shape, but relative to this car, it looks like it's in great shape. But welcome everyone who's here in the stream. I'm just streaming to YouTube again tonight. I didn't really feel like setting up the link to do dual streaming to Mixer tonight. And frankly, when I'm dual streaming to Mixer, the #1 comment that comes up is about how we should be playing Fortnite. So I figured let's just focus on Car Mechanic Simulator tonight. One other thing I tackled too. Somebody mentioned in the comments, and I can't remember who it was, that you can actually do your own custom banners for in here. So I made my own little custom banner to hang in the shop too. So we've got Cryptic Customs, and that was also a recommendation in the comment. And I'm sorry, I'm the worst person on the planet with names. I don't remember exactly who it was that made the comment. However, I didn't realize there was a banner that you could customize, and there is. So that looks cool. I kind of took the side of a 1960 Corvette and sort of zoomed in super close on the side of it, and then just like did my little layover with my little CrypticFox head or whatever. So yeah, thought it'd be pretty cool. Simple little dress up for the shop that gives it our own little CrypticFox flair kind of thing. But let's get this car underway. Send this over to the lift so we can start to get it all torn apart. I'm really looking forward to driving this thing when it's all finished. Actually, but like I said, it's not the most fantastic or flashiest car in the world. There's just something about that I like. I don't know. How's the game sound, by the way? I just realized when I was kind of messing with some stuff that my game sound was set a little bit funny, so I made some adjustments to try to adjust the Elgato recording and stuff and see if the sound quality would come in a little bit better. Because I've been noticing when I'm doing recording, it's like super quiet. I always have to crank it up in the post-production. But if it's too loud, let me know and I can turn it down a little bit. Alright. We got stuff in the engine compartment ripped out. Let's, I might as well send over all the things we're going to need here. So we'll grab our detailing kit. We'll send that over to the lift. What have I seen in the garage? I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Still the white walls, though. Oh, yeah, it's got to have white wall tires. That's like a must-have. Get all this over here so we can restore it. Obviously, we're going to rip the whole car apart here first before we start restoring anything, but these tires look great. I love these rims, too. This is a mod by Lit, and it's available on the Steam Workshop. If you happen to play Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 and you want to work on this car also, they're really easy to download. You just go and subscribe to the mod. And get this. Before we started tonight, I cleaned up my inventory. Huh? Look at that. The only thing in there is the stuff I've taken off of this car. That's like a first for me. I always forget to do that. Sound seems okay? Cut once or twice. Okay. I'm mostly worried about sound spikes, like it getting too loud, because when I adjusted it, it got significantly louder in the recording. So we'll see how that goes. What do we got here? We got the shock off of here. It's so funny, like, the number of times people ask me about my favorite car, and then along comes this thing. Nice looking mod. How much is this game? It's not that expensive. I think it was like 20 bucks or something like that to get the core game. The tricky part is that they have a lot of DLC content, and they sort of nickel and dime you to death on the DLC stuff, so every time that you get a DLC, it adds in usually like another car brand, and there might be like 2 cars in it, and they're like $5. So it's like $5 every time you get a DLC pack. So it sort of adds up a little bit over time, but still cheap, I mean, relative to some other games. And you don't have to get the DLCs. You could just go with the core game and then play with the free mods, because they have the Steam Workshop on there. But Cuba plates, because Cuba has a lot of old cars. Oh, yeah? All right, we can see if we have some Cuba plates in there. I think it would be interesting. Hey, Durgan. I know, I cleaned up my inventory, right? It's crazy. Bet you even my wife wouldn't believe it. She mean, you're like, what do you mean you clean something? That doesn't happen. You're lying. Usually these cars take me about an hour by the time I strip it all down, put it back together, and then take it for a test drive. So I imagine we'll have time to cover both cars tonight. It's your first stream you've watched. Welcome, Bonnie. This is a game that I kind of enjoy playing on stream because it's just sort of the chill game. There's nothing hectic or frantic about it the way there is with other games. Just kind of hang out, take the car apart, chat with people in the chat. I can kind of read a few more of the comments and stuff while I'm playing the game. Super laid back. This is like the hangout stream. It's not even, it's like no pressure kind of thing. Yeah, we even have a drive shaft this time. Am I going to continue this series? Are you talking about this series in particular? Yeah, I mean, this is like the 34th recording or something like that I think I've done with Car Mechanic Simulator. I don't imagine it's going, oh my gosh, we got a car from the junkyard and it has a starter in it. That never happens. My primary challenge tonight is going to be whether I can manage to talk for the full 2 hours. I feel a little bit better than I did yesterday when I was streaming, but my throat's still a little funky. Yeah, I hope my colony doesn't die tomorrow night, too. I think it'll be fine. We seem to be in good shape. We started off well enough, anyway. That's exactly what your wife would say. Yeah, I know. Seems to be a common lament. Painting yellow with stripes. You've got a real thing for, like, yellow cars and stripes, don't you? That's weird. Why couldn't I take the brake cylinder off? Oh, there we go. Huh. I don't feel like it should have had to have been done in that order. Weird. Hey, Crystal, how are you? There's a 2018 version for phone. Yeah, someone was saying they played it on the phone. I don't remember who that was. I didn't realize they had it on anything other than PC. When you load into the game, they still have the logos and stuff for PlayStation and Xbox, but I haven't heard anything further about it going to console. I was really surprised to hear it was on the phone. Saw some more of the sandbox mode, but nobody's demoed it on Oni yet. Oh, so sad. No! Well, the thing is, I guess, like, by the time you get into doing the sandbox mode, you're not really playing the game anymore. You're just sort of drawing stuff. I do know with the sandbox mode on that, you can actually, like, click on something and select it. So, like, let's say you click on polluted water or whatever, and that becomes what you're going to paint with. And then you can just paint that to a different area. So it looks neat, but also feels like cheating. Wish you could swap engines so you could experiment a bit more. Yeah, it would be nice if you could just put whatever engine you wanted to in. I mean, within reason. Like, maybe you couldn't take the Salem Flamo in this game, which is like the Ford Pinto. Put like a 12-cylinder engine or something. Like, maybe you couldn't do that because it just wouldn't fit. But it would be nice if there was a little bit more customization in terms of changing the engine around. Even if they made you put like the engine mounts in different places and stuff, like get like full-on detail. That'd be cool. Can you find a smart car for CMS 2018 and fix up a smart car? Yeah, I'll take a look and see what they have. Excuse me, can't talk all of a sudden. I'll take a look and see what they have in the workshop. No, I haven't played Forza. I was actually tempted to play Forza 7 when it came out, but then I just didn't. I was too busy with other things. I don't tend to play like AAA titles too much on here. Man, this whole thing, there's actually not that much to take apart on this. No glass. There's a trunk. Maybe a one tail light. Can't take any of that off. Wow, I think it's all stripped down. Aside from the engine, let's haul the engine out of here. And of all the stuff I sent over, I didn't send over the engine frame. Somebody to need cheat to make it past Cycle 12. Yeah. I remember, it's funny, I remember going back and like thinking of like Nintendo games and stuff. When they used to always have the, what was it, the Game Genie or whatever that you could get that would let you get cheats and stuff in the games you were playing. We used to play around with that. I find now, though, I generally would prefer just to play the game. Was that already upright? Did I just rotate that for no reason? I guess it, stop it. Goes around and around. Okay, now get out of here. There we go. Krista Roslin, sorry I can't quite afford to be a sponsor currently. No, oh, that's quite all right, Chris. I really appreciate the support. I mean, I don't expect anyone to give super chats. I really appreciate that people want to support the channel and they do offer those. That's really fantastic. But I don't ever want everyone to feel like they have to. I mean, I don't make the content expecting that people are going to have to give me stuff. But thank you for the support. I appreciate that. All places should read SMRT1 too. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Should work on a Dodge Viper? We did that one already. Actually, if you go back and check the playlist for Car Mechanic Simulator on the channel, you'll see the Dodge Viper we completed. And then I took it out for a spin a second time because I wanted to flip it off the track and race it outside. In fact, it's sitting right here. There's a Dodge Viper in the garage still. This is it right here. We already finished the whole thing up. Working on a 1940 Dodge Power Wagon. Nice. I'm doing good, thanks. How are you? Just another chill Wednesday night stream in the auto shop, ripping some stuff apart. Hey Mark, welcome. There's this tank simulator game coming out at some point that I'm looking forward to trying too. It's supposed to be like you're working for a museum, like a war museum, doing tank restorations, and you have to like go haul them out of fields and stuff, and then rip them apart and rebuild them. I don't know how far they are into the game yet. Like some of the concept artwork I saw looked pretty good. Don't forget performance parts. I'm undecided whether we should put it in here. Maybe we can. I guess. We'll check and see what there is. Why can't I pull the... Oh. Got a couple push rods in here. And one rocker arm. Now we can take it out. That moment when you unsub and sub to see your name. Oh, don't do that, please. There's more than one way to see your name. There's a sponsor button right at the top there. I joke. That is a rusty engine. Isn't it great? Have I ever played My Summer Car? No, I haven't. And you know what? For the longest time, I debated playing it, and I just didn't get to it because I was too busy focused on other things. And I sometimes wonder if the game's been around too long now, and if people would even watch it. But it does seem like an interesting game. I wish I had gotten on board with that when it first came out. I'm kind of getting to the point now where there's so many games that I want to play that finding the time to accomplish it all is actually getting really tricky. Because, yep, totally didn't mean to do that. There we go. Get out of there. Keep clicking on the wrong thing there. I don't know what the deal is. Oop, rod caps. All these pistons, there's only one rod cap. Hey, I'm new here. Been watching your old live streams and I love them. Welcome, Caleb. Glad you could make it out to the stream. Could you maybe work on a 1942 Power Wagon? I'll have to see what there is. So within reason, there is quite a bit in the shop. It's just a question of whether. Oh, I gotta get the whole front of this thing off. Didn't get the timing cover and everything taken off of here. It's just a question of what's available in the workshop. I don't make any of the mods myself. I don't have that I don't have that particular skill. But there's lots of cool stuff in the Steam workshop. And there are creators there that are really good at making this stuff, so I enjoy playing with the ones that they've created. But me, myself, I can't create them. What's this thing you call money? Have I ever cussed? I'm sure it's probably slipped out once or twice when I'm playing on a stream or something over the years that I've been playing. In my personal life, I mean, I don't specifically avoid swearing necessarily. I don't really see any issue with it as an adult, but for my channel, I made a conscious decision that I wanted to be family-friendly. Find and rebuild a Triumph Spit Ray, a poor man's Stingray. A Spitfire, poor man's Stingray, yeah. Baby blue with Cuba plates. Man, there's a lot of parts in there to try to repair. This is sweet. I wonder how much of that we actually fixed. You should fix the original game cars in your parking to sell the ones you don't want. Yeah, I probably should. My parking is actually fairly full. Again, it's just a question of having the time to do it. I really like that banner up there. It's cool. Sweet. All right. I did something wrong here. What did I do wrong? No. Oh my gosh. There we go. I haven't played in a while. I'm getting all messed up. Okay, so we're going to have to look for performance parts for this thing. Let's see what we have. This is a V8 overhead valve engine. Sorry, one second. I got a cough again. Whew, good lord. You should work on a Corvette. I've done those too. So this one is a Corvette. It's a 1960 Corvette. But I've done some more modern Corvettes as well. They should, again, be in the playlist in the channel under Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. What does your wife say about playing games all the time and talking to yourself in a game? Well, yeah, for the longest time she thought I was the most ridiculous geek around, I think. I'm quite certain that was her initial assessment. It wasn't really until it got to the point where the channel was really starting to grow and it was getting to be successful where she started to think, oh, wait a minute, maybe there's something to this. Maybe it's not as ridiculous as it looks. But I'm pretty sure for the longest time she thought I was an idiot. Almost positive. There's a distributor on this, so we won't need an ignition coil. Grab our distributor and a cap, and it's probably the V8 wires, but it might be V8 overhead valve, so I probably shouldn't grab those yet. But we'll grab a rotator or rotor, whatever. What pistons did I pull out of this thing? I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy reading the chat at the time. Hi, Raging Canadian. All the toxic people who are never on this stream. Yeah, there's a couple streams in particular that tend to be a lot friendlier. Why can't I get into my inventory? What's going on here? Give me my... really? Aw, that sucks. I gotta back all the way out. Fortnite has its... You know what? Piston with Conrad. Okay, so Fortnite has its own particular culture around it, I think, that sort of drives some of that more negative commentary and stuff in the stream. Power steering pump. This is a 1960. I mean, I don't even know that it should have a power steering pump, but we'll see. V8 overhead valve muffler. We'll grab one of those. We'll need some spark plugs. Just buy all the things. Throttle. Not so much. Fuel rail we don't need. Exhaust manifold. Might as well grab one of those. Actually, we should have two because it's a V8. Engine head, V8 overhead valve. There's not an A or a B on this one, I guess, so we can probably just grab two of these. All kinds of performance parts in here. Wow, rude, cute. Not the mod, run! I do have a Camaro in the garage, that's right, yeah. Corvette restoration today. Yeah, we're working on a 1960. Should be fun. My brain's not working too good. What am I looking for here? I already got the engine head. Don't have to worry about that. Carburetor. Was it the 4-barrel carb I pulled off of this? Or was it V8 overhead valve F I grabbed. I think it was these. Grab 2 of those. Already grabbed a camshaft. Don't have to worry about that. Air filter we'll deal with later when I see what we need. Okay, so that's it for the performance parts, I think. Now we're going to need some regular parts. No power steering. Yeah, it shouldn't have power steering, but sometimes it's funny what's in the mods in this game. Sometimes you end up with parts in it that don't make a lot of sense. So we'll see what happens anyway. We need piston rings. We're going to need some push rods. 16 of these. Whoops, not 17, 16. Please no million emote. A bunch of, I mean, I don't mind emotes so much. It's just when people are like dumping crazy amounts of them like over and over again in the stream, and the chat flies by because they're basically spamming them. That's kind of annoying. But I want to do another stream on 2018 Car Mechanic Simulator. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm doing one currently, so I don't really plan that super far ahead, really. My brain is not working. I can't even think of what I need right now. I need rod caps. I'm going to need crankshaft bearings. We're going to need an oil pan because this one doesn't have one. And we'll get the filter too while we're in here, I guess. V8 overhead valve filter. Oil pan, V8 overhead valve. We'll snag that. What else do we need? Wires. Spark plug wires. No, there isn't just a plain V8 overhead valve. I wonder if it is just going to end up being plain V8 wires. I'll wait on that because I think there's a performance part for that we can grab. Now your video works. Nice. Glad you got it sorted, Dante. Can I do a Dodge Daytona? We did one of those also. There's kind of a bunch of them that I've done. I think this is like the 34th video of this stuff we've done. And oftentimes when I'm streaming, I can get into like 2 cars. We did do a stream of Frostpunk at one point. I'm kind of planning to do that on Saturday, actually. I hate push rods, too. I'm having a really bad brain fart. I can't think of what the... I can't think of what parts I need. I'm going to start putting stuff on it. It'll prompt me when I don't have it. There we go, crankshaft right off the bat. I was sort of expecting to be able to fix that, but I guess not. There we go. There's need performance parts for the wires. Yeah, I was just wondering whether it was just going to use a standard V8 wires or whether it was going to require a different set of wires. Because there are performance standard V8 wires, but I don't think there's the other overhead V8 overhead valve C or whatever wires in there. And that glare is brutal. So we gotta turn down the lights in this shop. It's like working under a spotlight. When am I making another Frostpunk vid? As soon as I can find the time to play it. I've had a really crazy work week again. And with streaming at night, every night, it makes it a little bit more challenging to find time to play the game because I do family stuff after work. And then it's usually late at night by the time I start playing. And that's usually, for me, oftentimes it's a decision of, am I recording or am I streaming? And if I'm doing one, I'm generally not doing the other. So there'll be another one this week, I would think. But if not, then I'm going to be streaming it on Saturday, I think. So we can play it there. That's a really good game, though. I'm really liking that game. See if Thief stream soon. Yeah, probably will. Maybe when they release some more content. No, they updated the sounds in this game, I think. You can hear like the bolts when they get seated right in there. Sometimes they put out updates and they don't really say anything about it, so like I'm not really sure what's changed. Can someone pay $2 and say do Dodge Daytona? I think we already saw you say do Dodge Daytona, but we did one already. It's in the garage. We already completed it. Okay, we got all that put together. Let's get the oil pan on here. What actually makes the noise when it puts in the bolts too, like before. What the? Oh, for a second there, it looked like I had to put a drain plug in because it was highlighting like something underneath it. That's really weird. Anyway, alternator. I grabbed the performance one of these, which is good because we didn't fix the other one. When are you going to open it up to squads? You should let me do. Oh gosh, live epically. You make my brain hurt. You're just here to torture me. I think it's part of your like, part of your charm. It's like my mission in life is to torture. All right, let's get this thing flipped over. It's already looking shiny and new. It's not going to run yet, but it looks nice. I wonder if, did it have the sounds of the bolts going in before, and maybe I just didn't hear it because I had the sound down? I don't know. Have I done McLaren? No, I don't think so. A real Daytona, not the pseudo Daytona from the game. Oh, I see. Yeah, the one we did isn't really a Daytona. It's like a, their fake version of one. Oh, lifters. That's what I meant to grab, and I forgot to get them. Or rocker arms, rather. Rocker arms. That's what I was trying to think of, and my brain just wouldn't work. Yeah, it is a little like the click of a torque wrench, but it's also like when you're first putting the pieces in, it makes a sound. Well, not so much for these, but like when you put a piece on and it's putting in the phantom bolts, it makes a noise as it puts each one down now. I don't think it did that before. Unless it did, and I just didn't hear it. I don't know. Real question is, are you ready for more Chateau CrypticFox and Oni? Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Ritz. Next thing you know, we're going to need to build like a pool with a diving board and stuff. So the duplicates can go swimming. Have to build our personal chef quarters or something. They can't have food that the regular folks are getting. They've got to get that upper crust food. Yeah, I think they did tweak it. Like I said, they sometimes do updates on this game, and they just don't say anything about it. So I have a feeling they updated. I mean, I like it. It's just like a nice little added little nuance. And I feel like the game's actually performing a little more smoothly now, too, than it used to. When I first started playing this game, it was a little rough. I had to like turn down the quality settings of the video and stuff. Not so bad now. Don't give me ideas. Yeah, I really shouldn't. I need a personal elevator, and it's got to have a duplicate whose only job is to work my elevator. That's not giving you ideas. You should do an all-time time trial, pitting all your cars against each other to see which one's the fastest. I can tell you right off the bat, the fastest one's the Viper. The tricky part with doing that time trial is that I have to go and change the tires and everything because none of them are good enough to actually keep the thing on the road. It's really bad. Oh, actually, there should be an intake manifold we can grab that's performance too. We'll put the distributor in. A little rotor. This on here. Fuel filter. We have a performance one of those. Oh, there is an ignition coil. What was I thinking? All right. Let's check for the overhead manifold. Sorry, the intake manifold. Man, I'm congested again. And I also need the ignition coil. We'll get the V8 wires while we're in here, just so I don't have to come back and get them again in case this really is the one we need. Intake manifold 2 carb. This is the one we want. We need head covers, but they won't be in here because they're not performance parts. Yeah. Performance alternator? I got one of those actually when we were in there right off the bat. So it's already on the car. Or on the engine, anyway. Engine head cover A, V8 overhead valve, and then we need a B right over here. Okay. Perfect. Try doing what I did with the Shelby. Oh, I took the Viper there, and I think they tweaked the map a little, the racing map a little bit, so that you couldn't go over the walls and stuff as easily. But I figured out last time that if you go backwards on the track, and the car's, I didn't pick the performance part. If the car's fast enough, you can actually hit like the little speed lines on the side, and they act as bumps, and it'll like launch the car up into the air. So we took the Viper at the start of the last stream back to the track and just like flew it like completely out of the track and went for a little spin. I probably flipped it over and got stuck, but it was fun for a minute or so. Get our fancy performance spark plugs in here. We can do our exhaust manifold. Oh, this is looking sweet already. Yeah. There's just something about a shiny new engine that just looks so awesome. I'm not a huge car guy either. I just think it looks really good. If I can actually get my view over there, we go. Wasn't sure it was going to cooperate for a minute. Don't make a sister Cobra color. It looks like a stock alteration. Power steering pump. No, I think that's the performance alternator. I'm pretty sure you know what? We'll grab it off of here just in case. I'm almost positive I put the performance alternator on here. We're about to find out though. Yeah, it was the performance one. We're good. I did the same thing with the power steering pump. I grabbed the performance one of these too. Many Camaros. You should do a supercharged car. Yeah, have I done one of those yet? I'm not even sure. I think one of the Corvettes I did might have been supercharged. Don't remember. We've been playing the game for so long now. I mean, when you think about it, when was the first time I started this? Like back in July, early August, I think maybe. Something like that. So we've done so many cars. We have so many in the garage now. I'm not even sure what we've completed anymore. Let's see. Performance carburetor. We're gonna have some parts to sell here that I actually fixed and now don't need. That's okay though. A little extra cash to offset the cost of our work here today. Okay, they are the right wires. Okay, good. Phew. Thought I wasted some cash. These gears never get fixed. I'm gonna check anyway though. Yeah. So we need cam gear. We're gonna need timing chain. Oops, no. Cam gear. This one over here. Or we could go for timing instead of tining. There we go. Timing chain, V8 overhead valve F. We'll grab that. Now if we're lucky, we fix the cover here and we won't need to buy one of those. Did I not just buy that? Oh, I bought the F. I like throwing money away. It's a good thing they're not real. Don't forget the clips. You're right. I need clip Bs for the alternator. Thank you. Or not the alternator, the distributor. Clip Bs. 2. You're absolutely right, though. I would have forgotten. I was not in the least bit thinking about that. The number of times I've forgotten to put clip Bs on this thing, or on the cars in this game, and then had to go back and get them. I tell you. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to get through life at all. So, I have such a terrible memory now. Alright, we need a crankshaft pulley and a water pump pulley. Crankshaft pulley. Ooh, there's a supercharged one. This one. That's what I want. We got the clip Bs. We got it. And oil. Yes, we won't forget the oil, too. Yes, we will. Who am I kidding? It's fine. Cars don't need oil. The most important part in breaking in any new engine is to seize it as quick as possible, so that you have a reason to take it apart again. That's the whole nature of the thing, right? Serpentine belt B, and we'll grab an A while we're here too, I guess. Serpentine belt. Maybe I should actually put a letter in. There we go. Serpentine belt A. V8 overhead valve. Serpentine belt B. That's funny. It's giving me the A's still. I even put a B in. Is it just doing a close match now? That's weird. There it is. Man. Gotta put on some glasses or something. DeLorean would be really cool, yeah. So I do know that there are... I was talking with... Is it Fullsec? I'm terrible with names again. I think it's Fullsec who does mods for this game and puts them on the Steam Workshop. And he was saying that at some point... the people who make the game said that you couldn't make mods of the stuff that they're planning to put out in some future release. And apparently the DeLorean is supposed to be in a future release. So that's why you don't really see any mods of it around. I'm not 100% sure I understood him correctly, but I'm pretty sure that's what he was getting at. Don't get too cocky. Oh man, I never have to worry about that. I mess up so often that it's just it keeps my ego in check. It's pretty hard to be cocky when you mess up all the time. Mind you, I've seen people do it, so maybe it's not that hard. Round air filter base. We should have a performance filter for this. Do the Prius mod next. Good old Prius. Let's see. Oh, look at that. There isn't a performance filter for this. Isn't that strange? All right. Whatever. Air filter Hemikuda. We don't want that. Man, what filter does it use? Just round air filter, 2 carb. Was it just me or... Oh my gosh, there it is there. They got hidden way down bottom. Okay. Man. I don't know. Oh, I am so smart. SMRT. Okay. We got it. This should be the end of the engine, I think. She's looking all fancy purty like. Ta-da! She's all finished. Alright, look at that. This engine always looks a little weird to me because I'm almost expecting it to... Can I crouch? Yeah, I can. I'm almost expecting like there to be more sticking out down here. Like it should be taller. It's got such a flat profile on the bottom. It always throws me off. Don't you like the 1950 Corvette? There was a 1950s in the mod, I think, but I saw the 60 first, and I like these insets on the side. So I grabbed it. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Here's where Cryptic is incapable of clicking on the right thing. There we go. See, I told you. I can't get cocky. I just mess up all the time. Pop this back in. Ta-da! Fancy new engine in there. We'll send this away. Or I'll click on the wrong button and take the engine out again. Because, you know, why not? If you can take the engine out once, you can take it out twice. I suck. 1929 Lincoln Model L. We did that one too. It turned out really nice. Should be in the garage still, I think. I don't think I sold it. Is there a garden tractor mod? Oh my gosh, I really wish there was. Can you imagine? Particularly if it was like a small riding mower, like not even a big one, but like one of those little John Deere riding mowers that you could get for the backyard. Have like a little 2-stroke engine in it. Oh yeah, that'd be great. This can go away. We don't need it anymore. Okay. I think we have a battery on the charger over here we can snag. Give me that ting. Why only one Gen 1 vet when you can get 2? Oh, that's very true. I guess I probably could have. I just didn't want to keep hunting in the junkyard, to be honest. Yeah, I had to go to the junkyard 15 or 20 times to find this Corvette. It just was not there. At one point I was starting to wonder if it was just even a thing, like whether the mod had somehow screwed up and didn't download properly, and it was just torturing me. I just kept going back and back and back. Radiator C we need. Finally it showed up though, so we got a hold of it and I brought it in, which I'm super happy about. Is there a way to supercharge the Corvette? No, there doesn't really seem to be a way to do any specific modifications. The game is expecting you to put specific parts on. So if the car you're working on has a supercharged engine in it, then you can do supercharged parts. If it doesn't, then you can't. It's really kind of limited that way. Turbo mower. Oh my gosh, if you could like take the lawnmower and turn it into like the one from Tim the Two-Man Taylor with like flames shooting out of the tailpipes and like the side pipes on it, wheelie bar at the back, that'd be amazing. If that was a DLC, I would buy it, guaranteed. Because I'm just that kind of a fool. All right, we need suspension. Cross member C, I believe it was. We're gonna need some bushings too, because you can never have enough bushings. I'll just buy a whole whack of these things. Try to avoid having to come back in here for bushings. I don't even know that we need all these. Oops. That's... Oh, it's a D. I bought the wrong one. Cross member D. There we go. Why is there antifreeze? Isn't coolant needed? There's a lot of stuff they don't have in this. I mean, you don't have to put in brake fluid. You don't have to put in transmission fluid. There's no antifreeze or coolant. You're not really dealing with any kind of brake lines or those the fancy metal transmission lines and stuff you have to bend around. Like, there's none of that. They sort of made it relatively bare bones that way. There's a lot of really good detail if you look at the engines and stuff. It looks really nice. But all the nitty-gritty stuff is just not there. I mean, heck, you don't even need oil. Am I right? Create a souped-up banana seat bike? Oh, gosh. I should probably do one side of these and then the other. There's a 56 Chevy Bel Air. It's a... yeah, so it's so funny, like, I really wish they had the licensing to do all the different car names. I hate having to guess on what the different cars are, because I'm not a super intelligent car guy. Don't get me wrong, I like cars, but I'm not a student of cars. Like, I don't have all the different types memorized, and, oh, well, it's got to be this year because it has this particular grill on it, or these lights at the back, or whatever. Like, I'm incompetent with that stuff. So it'd be nice if they actually had them all have the proper name, but, I wasn't paying attention. Was that a sway bar B? Yeah. You don't need to know for cars, so you break in the engine. That's right. It's all part of breaking in the engine. You've gotta seize the opportunity. Let's see. I finish it for you on here. You can have both back to you in one. I don't know, right? Max time consumption to rebuild a car for you is only an hour. You can't get service like that everywhere. Now, we have a very explicit disclaimer you have to sign before I start working about how your car will come back in pieces, and most of them will be bent out of shape. But more than happy to do the service for you. Welcome to Cryptic's Garage, where if you drive a car in, we guarantee you'll get to tow it out. It's a 57 Bel Air there, if you say so. You know what's really funny is, so you remember how we did that Dodge Charger video where we made the General Lee, and we did had the livery and stuff on all the side of it and all the right colors and stuff. That one video has driven more comments than any other video about the type of car it is, because people constantly go back and forth about it's a 67, it's a 68, it's a 69. It's like this never-ending stream of comments like, man, are you dumb? It's a 69. And then someone else will be like, man, you're an idiot. It's 68. And nobody's read anyone else's comments, I don't think. They're all just talking to me, which is even funnier. We need 2 bearings. We'll need hubcaps because they don't fix those ever. We're going to need disc brakes. Or I could go with... come on. 2 of these. We're gonna need brake pads. Why should I? You know, if I was smart, I would have just typed brake here instead. 2 brake pads. I don't know how the calipers turned out in terms of repairs, so we'll have to see that. Is rebuild may cost you to... Yeah. That's right. Satisfaction guarantee, not a guarantee. Okay, this side's done aside from the shocks and the wheels, obviously. Let's get over here. We'll put this one together. Bottom suspension arm, nice. The series of 19, well, yeah, see, again, the debate goes round and round. I was just, it was not that I was trying to spark more debate, it was just, it struck me funny that that particular video has more commentary around the type of car that it is than any other. You had to bend all the lines for one car you did a while ago. Oh, I took auto shop when I was in high school. Not a whole lot of it stuck with me, but I did like one semester of it, and I remember mucking around with the lines, and I kinked so many lines when I was playing around with it. It was a sign that I was not really destined to be a car mechanic. What have you missed? A fair amount, actually. We hauled the Corvette in, we stripped it all down, got the engine out, repaired what parts we could, rebuilt the engine. It's back in, and we're now reassembling the car. We've got the engine compartment all finished. We're half done the front suspension on the car, and we haven't quite gotten to the back yet. Front wheel hub. I need one of these. You're working on a mod. It's a 56 Bel Air gasser. So far, it looks good. Oh, nice. So when you're doing the mods, I've heard that a lot of people, when they make the mods, they're actually just borrowing them from another game, like Forza or whatever, to get the models, and they're importing it into the game and then trying to line up all the different parts and stuff in order to make it work. Is that accurate? Like, is there a difference between like people that do that versus people that build the mod from the ground up to try to align all the parts? Like, how does that work exactly? I've never seen what the mod tools are like for this game. Henry Garvin's $4.99 super chat. LOLOLOLOLOL. Thanks for the support and for the laughs. Brake caliper. First live stream made it to. Welcome, Benjamin. Oh, wait a while, yeah. 1987 Monte Carlo SS. My mom had a Monte Carlo at one point. It would actually be nice if they put the year of production in this game. Yeah, that would be nice too, yeah. And you guys know here if the Honda all-wheel drive parts could work with your Dodge Charger 2.2. I'm definitely not the guy to ask. Again, not a supercar guy. Somebody else might know. I know the wheels on the bus go round and round. Oh, we didn't buy a fuel tank. We need one of those. Fuel tank. Ooh, there's different fuel tanks now. Fuel tank B and fuel tank C. Racing lawnmower. Hey, it's no Firefly. Got our performance clutch parts in here. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty. Ooh, I didn't buy a clutch bearing though. We're gonna need one of those. The clutch release bearing. One down. What am I going to stream Fortnite? I actually have... So, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, there is a new tab that's available in YouTube on the channel. It's called the Community tab. So, when you're on the main channel, if you click on the Community tab, it sort of works like a social thing, kind of like Twitch, or no, not like Twitch, like Twitter. Man, my brain won't work. It's like a social media kind of thing. So I can do like comments and things in there. I can post pictures. I can post little video clips, that kind of thing. If you take a look in there, I'm going to try and remember as much as I can to put my stream schedule in there. So I have the stream schedule for the week in there. Today we're doing Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Tomorrow we're doing Oxygen Not Included again, because we're going to be streaming Oxygen Not Included twice a week now going forward. And then Friday is when the next stream is going to be for Fortnite. Blinker fluid. You got to put the blinker fluid in. Are there performance starters? I don't remember. If there are, I know I didn't buy one. No, there's not. All right. Hopefully we fixed the one we had then. Hey, we did. Perfect. Can't put the drive shaft in till we do the back end, which is totally wasted. Yeah, don't forget the antifreeze, man. T. Coil spring. Was it coil spring or leaf spring? Oh. It was the leaf spring, I think. What about Worlds Drift? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing more Worlds of Drift, but I'm leaning more towards recording it as opposed to streaming it. Simply because that particular game, there are periods of time when the pace of action is really slow. Like when you're passing from one island to another island, especially until I can get some engines on my ship. I'm really slow moving. And in those periods of time, I think it's maybe not that interesting to watch. Is this knuckle housing B or C? B. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing more of it, but I'll probably be doing some recordings. My buddy Kazi actually got access to the game also, so we might do a stream with the two of us playing. I think that'll be a little more interesting, so that when there's that downtime, at least there's a little bit more interactive conversation going on, rather than me sort of just sitting and waiting for the ship to get from one place to another. It's a fun game. I just don't know if until we get to the point where there's a little more action going on and the ship's a little bit better built up, I don't know whether it provides as good entertainment value. Interior fluids are only for the rear seats. Dale, so bad. Do car mechanic more. This is another one this is kind of a funny niche game, actually. There are people who are super interested in Car Mechanic Simulator, and actually, when I go back and I look at the videos that I have on the channel, two of the most watched videos are Car Mechanic Simulator videos, which really surprised me when I went back and looked at it. But they were just really specific ones. The rest of them are much, significantly lower on the spectrum. And oftentimes when I stream, I mean, we've got like 150 people here now, which is a pretty decent sized stream for Car Mechanic Simulator anyway. But it's often like 100 or less. Solid rear drive axle. So there's like a really, it's like a tight knit sort of community that really enjoys these kinds of games. And then it doesn't have quite the same broad of appeal that other games do, but I might play some more Car Mechanic Simulator. I don't know. Like I said, it's really hard to fit everything in. I mean, I only have 7 days a week to work with. And oftentimes if I'm streaming, I'm not recording, which sort of rules out certain other games. So I'm trying to balance it a bit. It's really tough. I need to get like a full-time job kind of thing where I could be recording and editing and still do the streaming and not have to worry about the time consumption, but... Sorry, I had a coffee. My throat's not cooperating. Leaf springs. CMS that made me discover your channel. Yeah, like I said, the #1 viewed video on my channel is Car Mechanic Simulator. So the video I did where we found the Dodge Charger in the junkyard is approaching 500,000 views. And that's the #1 viewed video on my channel. And that surprises me a lot. When I actually got the game, I thought, you know what, I'm interested in this. I think it would be kind of neat for me to play it, but I wasn't really expecting much of an audience response from it. So it's actually really interesting that there's so many people that like it. That for it to get that many views, I mean, a lot of people checked it out. So it's kind of cool, actually. Forgot the exhaust oil. No. We gotta get the windshield washer monkey, too. Did I do the leaf plate on the other side? I don't even remember. Yeah, it's there, okay. Real Hammer. Hey, you're leaving soon. Oh, well, sorry to see you go, Beehive. Appreciate you showing up, though. Nice that you came to hang out a little bit while we pretended like I know what I'm doing with cars. Don't want them brakes to squeal. Better grease them all up. That's right. If there's not enough oil in your brakes, then you got problems. You don't want those things to overheat. Rear shock. Absorber Bs. We got 2 of them. Yeah, it would be really, like I've said a few times, it would be really nice if you could swap other things out. Like, if you could actually make, like, a real Frankenstein car where you're just going to swap in all kinds of crazy parts. It doesn't have to perform well. It would just be neat if you could do it. I did put the drive shaft in. I think we're down to having to take care of the front springs. We have a couple of the double wishbone springs here we have to take care of. And then the wheels and tires and the body. The air filter is performance. It's regular. Don't forget. Is there a performance air filter for that? Oh, there is. Good catch. Okay. Have to remember to deal with that. Double wishbone shocks. Two of these. We're going to need 2 of the front absorber caps. We're going to need 2 springs. Yeah, that'll take care of that. Let's go get these on the little shock puller thingy. Paint the Corvette pink and have Cuba plates and be ready to cruise. Oh my gosh. No, not pink. I mean, we've made some pretty crazy colored cars. This is like one of my favorite cars. I don't really want to make it something crazy colored. Actually started watching from your channel and ended up buying it because watching you play it. So thanks. Oh, that's awesome, Steven. I hope you enjoyed it. I always dread this sense that like somebody's gonna see me play a game and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that game's really cool," and then they're gonna buy it and they play it and they go, "Oh gosh, this game really sucks." That's why when people ask me if a game's good, I try to give as fair an assessment if I can. Like, there's going to be stuff that I'm going to like that other people aren't going to. And vice versa. They'll be like, this game's the best ever. And I'll be like, ah, God, this game's trash. I don't want to play anymore. Alright, what do we got tire-wise on this thing? Take them apart. Rim Retro 12s. I gotta find a pen. I can never find a pen when I want one. If I was smart, I would actually prepare ahead of the stream and put these things in place where I can reach them. But I'm not smart. I'm SMRT. Hold on one second. I gotta find a pen. Because my memory sucks. I'm like some kind of crazy old guy. I can't remember anything. Chris, did you bring my paper? Where's my paper, Chris? Okay, Rim Retro 12s. Rim Retro. These are 205 70R16s. Sweet. Separate my tires, Chris. What's my dream car? I mean, it depends on what day of the week you ask me. I'm a little funny. I'm not like a huge car guy. I like cars, don't get me wrong. I'm not a huge car guy, though, so I don't have, like, this enormous wish list of, like, I want this very specific and rare vehicle. I like the 1960 Corvette. I grabbed it out of the mod because it's actually one of my favorites. So if I could have one of those in the garage, that would be amazing to me. But if I wanted to actually have a car that has a little more performance to it, I don't know. I mean, I like the Maserati. I'd love to have like an Audi R8 kind of thing, but again, I'm not really imagining I'm ever gonna have one of those. The reality is, you can't put a child seat in the back of it. Do my daughters know I stream? They do, yeah. My older daughter is a little more aware of it because she tends to watch it more. She's 9, going on 10, whereas my youngest is 5. My youngest likes to watch vlog videos from people. She like gets a kick out of seeing these kids playing and doing all this kind of stuff. Whereas my oldest, she's in much more into like Let's Plays and that kind of stuff. All right, we need tires. Give me the tires. I should probably try and fix the rims too here before we go any farther here. I think I only fixed 3 of them there. That was weird. There's a lot of parts in my inventory. There's your tire wall B. Yeah, I fixed 3 of them. One of them I didn't fix. That figures. There's always one. Your dream car is a 2005 Chevy Suburban. Why a 2005 specifically? When you paint it black with those red inserts, you'll see it looks awesome. This one doesn't have red inserts as a livery. It only has black or white. So you can do like white with the black inserts or like other colors with the white insert, but there's no red insert, unfortunately. You can think you're crazy for talking to yourself. No, they're sleeping. They're not even giving that any consideration right now. But no, like I said, my oldest daughter likes to watch Let's Plays herself, so she's not. It's funny when she plays games and stuff now. She almost like she does the dialogue thing herself, even though she's not recording. It makes me laugh sometimes, but it's very cute. I need 16s, so that's good. Okay, now we need a little bit of rubber here. In our tires, we're gonna go with vintage tire wall B. Got 4 of these size 16s. We need 205s. Two 570s. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Should maybe do a 1973 Hemi Cuda restoration. I did a Hemi Cuda restoration. I don't know what year it was, but we have one of those. Maybe it would help if I went over here and showed actually what we have in the garage. We have a lot of cars in the garage because I've been playing the game for a while. Some of these are obviously not finished up, but we did the DC Typhoon, which is basically your Shelby Cobra. We did the Challenger. We did we do the Del Rey Custom? I can't remember. Another Challenger I did. A Jeep we covered. The Hot Wheels Bone Shaker. The bus. We did the bus not that long ago. That one's actually been really popular lately too on the channel. I'm not sure why. 89 IROC Z Camaro. That would be funny. Hold on, I can't click on it to show your comment. There we go. We did the Alenti Calope, the Smith 1500, the Mazda RX-3, the Salem Spectre Fastback, the Porsche Carrera. What else did we do in here? The Toyota Camry NASCAR, did a few of those. The 1929 Lincoln. The Ferrari G250 Berlinetta we covered. The Plymouth Roadrunner. Dodge Charger. The 1951 Coupe. The Barracuda. The Salem Flamo. We did that one with like a really crazy paint job. The C10 we did. This other one I haven't done yet. I just grabbed it in case I wanted to. So there's quite a bit. And some of the cars I rebuilt I actually sold. Like we did oh my gosh, what am I thinking? The Lotus. Man, we did a Lotus not that long ago. And I sold it because I had no interest in keeping it in the garage. When we took it out for a test drive, it was awful. It's like terrible performance on it. So it was fun to rebuild, but not fun to drive. I like the car, don't question you. Alright, just checking. I did clean up my inventory. Before we started the stream, I sold everything. Whether it was new or not, I just cleaned everything out. I was like, get it out of there. It's like the first time I've done a stream where I remember to sell everything ahead of time. Brand new restored Corvette split window. Brand new Demon, nice. Lotus Elise. Yeah, I think that was what I was actually, yeah. Love the C10 menu. Nice. This is such an interesting game to stream because like I can just hang out. You know, like there's no frantic pace. I'm not worried about someone about to shoot me in the face with a shotgun. I'm not worried about my duplicates drowning themselves and dying off. Just kind of chill. Lets me see a lot more of the comments and stuff people are making. VW bug mod, I'd like to see that. Should do a let's play with my daughter on any game she wants. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the thing is, we only really have like one decent mic though, so that might present some challenges. I'm sure she'd probably like to. She likes to play games like Sims and stuff though. Roblox. I have zero interest in Roblox. When am I going to fix the Pitmobile, aka the Lilac Bolt Kate? That's a good question. I don't know. There's probably 10 cars in the garage there that I grabbed just in case I wanted to rebuild them. And I haven't done them yet. Look at those big shiny white walls. That's a really thick white wall. Two down. This thing's almost drivable. Alright. Alright, we'll put the last tire on, and then I'm going to swap out that air filter so I remember to put the performance part in. Because if I don't do it now, I won't remember. And probably the same thing with the oil. I should do that at the same time. Alright, just pump in here. We'll get this off. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, it just... never mind. It just defaults to taking the parts off and putting them on. I am so smart. I am so smart. Everybody loves me. I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. Okay, filter's done. Let's grab the oil. It's not any oil, it's soup oil. Premium motor oil. Get your soup oil today. Not sponsored. Dyno, yeah, we'll slap it on the dyno too. Alright. All the mechanical stuff is finished. Now it's all just down to rebuilding the body on this thing. I don't remember what all we took off that we had the parts for. Trunk we fixed. Although it looks like a really weird color now. Bumper we did not have. Taillights we did not have. Oh, I fixed one of them. How about that? Hood was not on here. That's gone. Oops. Do we have a bumper on here? I don't remember. Oh, we did. Nice. That's done. Do we have a headlight? We had one headlight. Look at that. Actually fixed some body parts. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, we need to go to the mod shop so we can get some of that fancy body stuff. Body tuning shop. I wonder if they have anything in here. Corvette. Nope. Not that I'm surprised. We gotta go to the mod shop. Oops. Good lord. Alright. Chevy Corvette front end. Need that. We need some doors. Windshield. Hood. We need the left headlight. We don't need mirrors. Rear bumper. We need the left taillight. And we already have the trunk. Score. Oh, I didn't do the exhaust parts. You're right. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Maybe that's why I didn't do the exhaust parts. There's none in here. That's ridiculous. I bought performance exhaust, but I don't think this actually has any. Nope. Look at that. Alright. This mod has no exhaust. This theoretically should be one crazy loud engine. Because it's just the exhaust manifold right off the engine and then nothing. It should roar like a tank. Well, that explains why I didn't do the exhaust. There just isn't any. Was it the right? Oh, I bought the wrong headlight, didn't I? I bought the wrong headlight because the way I was looking at it. Wah, wah. There we go. I meant to do that. I was just checking to see if you guys were still watching. That's all. I'm very proud to report that you are. Congratulations, you've passed. Front windshield, got a door in here. Need a mirror. Rear bumper, whoops. Is that it? Aside from the license plates, I think we got it all. No, I didn't put the front on yet. There we go. All right, we need license plates. So I think somebody asked for Cuba plates, so we'll go take a look for those. Cuba. What? There's no Cuban plates? I did not know that. License plate Alaska. Nope, there's no Cuba. So what are we going to put on here instead? We can't do Cuba. What other plates can we do? When buying an item, press enter instead of clicking. I could do that too, I guess, yeah. Except that the enter's not anywhere near where my hand is anyway, so I'm going to have to, one way or another, making a big move. I'm either moving the mouse or moving my hand. "1958 Plymouth Fury, the Christine." Scary. Nebraska. All right, we'll look at Nebraska plates. Yeah, we got Nebraska. Got 2 of these. Custom. This will be SMRT1 for the recommendation. Smart one. Get it? SMRT1. You know what's nice? It looks like they're not going to be neon green on here anymore. Because it used to be when you put the plates on, the lettering was like this really weird, like neon green, and it looks like it's more normal now. So that's good. Canada. There's no Canada plates. It's got to be like a specific province. Antarctica. Oh my gosh, are there? I gotta check that. I doubt there answers any Antarctica plates, but we'll look. No. No Antarctica. No can do. Florida plates and put MSD strong on the plate. What's MSD strong about? Galaxy. All right. The car is finished. It needs a paint job. Let's send this off to the paint bay. But she's not done until we got paint in her. On her. Whatever. All over it. Until we throw some nasty paint on it, she's not finished. This is where the debate comes in. What color should we make our car? Black and white stripes. Paint it up like a Dalmatian. Let's see. There's the livery with the white inserts. Actually, we can change our camera angle here. That's a sharp looking car. See, I mean, the classic look would be to like set this thing up for red, which the lighting has gotten really weird in this room. It's even brighter than it was before, and it was really bright before. I forgot the interior. Yes, I did. Who needs to drive the car? We can just put it in the showroom and tell people they're not allowed to sit in it because we forgot the interior. The car will drive on the track without it. I'm telling you. We've done it before. When you finish the car, can we watch you auction it? I've never tried to auction a car. Yeah, we could try doing that. That'd be neat. I don't know why I've never auctioned a car in this game before. Maybe I thought you could only buy from the auction? I don't know. But we got to drive it around first. We're not going to auction it before we drive it. I probably should do the interior, but what kind of a car are we looking for here? Are we looking for, like... How do I get, like a baby blue kind of thing? Oh my gosh, that's nasty right there. It's so hard to see the coloring in here. They made the light all weird. Look at that. No, that's almost... It's almost aqua. So, I mean, I'm inclined to go with red, but I mean, let's, like, realistically, what do you guys think for the color? I want to use a livery, so the 2 livery options are either white or black. I personally think the white one looks better, but Red, green, blue. Dang it, Fox. Dang it, Fox isn't a color, Durgan. Oh, Misty Strong is about the shooting at Parkland. Oh, I see. I get it. There's me not keeping current with the times, right? I knew about the news, but not about MSD Strong. Lime green or you'll jump. No, don't jump! Wait, are you jumping off your chair? Because if that's the case, I'm not super worried about it. But we got white, white, blue, blue. I can't scroll back because I got to tab over this. The music's going to go away because this thing doesn't play in window mode for some reason. I don't know why. Everything I've done to try to get this thing to run in window mode so I can click off of it and have the music and everything play just doesn't want to cooperate. Try yellow, yellow, black. We got blue, blue. That's all Beehive saying blue, though. Blood red. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Very of the period, that blue. Yeah, it does look really neat, actually. I kind of like that. Make it red, yellow and black, white, cherry red, black livery. More blue, always from Beehive. Do red, blood, neon green. All right, let's go with red, white. There's a bunch of people saying white. Let's see what white and black looks like in this. Oh, wait a minute. How do we get the white again? No, it's, there we go. That almost looks silver in here. That's crazy. We want the black livery on the sides of it. Let's see what that looks like. That is silver. That looks really metallic. Is it me, or... I swear that's a metallic color. You know, we have money to spare. I'm going to paint this. And we'll send it out of the bay, because seeing the color in here is just awful. We'll send it out by the door, and that'll give us a better idea what it looks like. Open the door. Let me out. I'm hitting E trying to open the door like when I'm playing other games. I mean, it does look pretty sharp and white. That's a lot of white on the car, though. Except the interior. For some reason, the interior's not white. Probably because it's missing. No way, it's not a girl car. All right, yeah, we need a different color. I mean, the white looks pretty sharp, but I want a different color. But first, we need some interior stuff for this thing. So, what are the odds there's anything in here named Corvette? No, of course there's not. Well, we need a steering wheel, obviously. Something classic. I guess this will work. Because there's not really too many other good options. Actually, that one's not bad either. That's for the CUDA, though. RX-3. All right, we'll go with the one I picked already. We need some seats. Should we do like white leather seats in this thing? Oh, you know what? I want to paint it red and do like white leather seats in it. It's like a cream color, though. It's not really even all that white. Cherry red. Yellow with black inserts. I can't put the yellow and black. You've got an obsession with the yellow and black, my friend. It's an obsession. I don't know what seats look best in here. Oxygen not included is tomorrow. Reverse the paint, black with white inserts. Forward. Lead. Churches. Very small rocks. I mean, I'm gonna try these seats. We'll see what this looks like. The color is a little bit off, though. I don't like that it's not actually white. It's more of like a... there we go. Oh god, that looks awful. it's like a yellowy color. That's nasty. Okay, it's gotta go. The Typhoon seats might look similar. Yeah, that's actually probably a good idea. Let's get this other seat out of here. That color is nasty. That looks terrible in there. One's without the headrest. Okay, yeah, we'll grab that too. All right, so let's try the Typhoon seats. Seat Typhoon. I mean, they're black, but you're right. It doesn't have a headrest, so it'll look more natural in here because it'll sit lower inside the car. That does make a lot of sense because the Typhoon seats are made for the same kind of a body style, right? Where it's like sunk in that way. That does look better, but they look too small. Look how small that is. That's crazy. That's why white seats look lightly used. Yeah, they look lightly used by someone who's a heavy nicotine smoker. Okay, these... I don't like the look of those seats either. They're just a little bit too small, I think. So instead... I mean, we could go with brown leather, but I think that would look weird. Let's try these seats. Or maybe one with a stripe on them. We'll try 2 of these. Trying to be a dupe tomorrow and Oni. Harpreet, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. I'll try to remember to make you a duplicate tomorrow. I just gotta watch we don't get into this pattern where a bunch of people start to super chat ahead of time, because I'm gonna forget. I have a horrible memory. And I don't want to get in a scenario where I've got a whole bunch of promises out there. Okay. Alright, those seats, those look like they're a little better size. I like that. That's not bad. Okay, but the paint job's gotta go. Like, this just isn't working for me. So we'll send it back to the paint bay. They look like kids' chairs, yeah. I did color. Corvettes of that era were cream color, not pure white. Fair enough. Okay. Well, that might be why it looks a little weird, because it's a really stark color. I have no idea how to get a cream color out of it though. You know what? After all this debating, I don't know. I think I like the red. I like the red with the white inserts. Let's try black though. Somebody wanted to see black with the white. That does look pretty sharp, but I kind of want more of a color to it. I'm gonna be really lame. I'm gonna go with red. Red with the white inserts. It's like a classic look. Blammo. We'll take a look at with the black, but I don't. Yeah, I like the white. I think the white pops better. Aha! All right, let's get this over to the dyno so we can see what kind of performance improvements we got out of it. Do I know what year the Corvette first came out? 1950, 51, something like that? I don't know. I'm not a super smart car guy. That looks really sharp. I want one of those in my garage. From what I understand, they're horrible handling and stuff, but I just want one. Red is lame. No. It's not lame. No, not red. Everybody say no, not red. All right, we'll swap the color out. I don't really care that much. Dark blue with white. 1953. It wasn't 63 because this is the 1960 and there are 50s Corvettes. 53 sounds about right. You want a vet from that generation? Yeah, me too. Like I said, from what I understand, they're not super performance cars or anything. We've got some good gains though in our performance by putting in performance parts. All right, we'll change the paint since everybody's upset with my red paint color. Like, red paint? How could you ever pick a plain paint color like that? All right. I'm gonna mess with all of you. I'm not gonna pick a color any of you said. No, actually, no. Somebody did say it. We're gonna go with the bluey color. How do I? If I can manage to get it to do it. There we go. I don't know if that's the right blue. That's actually a little darker. It's almost green. Like when you shift it over, it almost goes green. It's really hard to kind of keep it to the right tones. There. In your face. See what that looks like out of this crazy light. Shabam! See, that's got a little style to it. I like that. The new Corvette's ugly. I haven't even seen the new one. Not the newest one, anyway. A fox-colored vet. Light blue. No! Yeah, the red is classic. I like the red. But people didn't like the red, so I guess not. Look at yellow. I don't know. I think this looks pretty good. Use a rainbow slider. And nice. Take that, Durgan. I had to take this thing out for a spin. Where should we go? We don't want the speed track because that's just a straight line. I guess we'll just go to the straight racetrack. Take our Chevy Corvette out there. See what happens. Holy cow, we've taken a lot longer on this car than I have with any other. The buyer can paint it. That's right, Dale. We'll sell it as is. It'll go on auction as an as-is car where everyone thinks it needs repairing. Test drive. The light blue is better. All right. So here it is. There's our finished beast. Again, the lighting makes it the paint look really weird out here, but that's all right. Let's see how much power this thing's got so we can crash it. Am I streaming on Twitch? No, I'm just... Oh! Okay, we probably need better tires. I need to plug in my controller for this. The keyboard just does not work very well. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. The tires are too greasy. I can't even go in a straight line. It spins out on me. Oh, come on. What am I playing this on? I have it on an HP Omen with the 960 video. I haven't looked at my specs in forever. I don't even remember. I have like an NVIDIA 960 or whatever in it. I think it's the NVIDIA i7-6700 processor, something like that. Blame it on the keyboard. That's right. Well, part of it's the tires. Like, there is a definite difference in this, in the handling of the cars in this game when you have different tires on it. But the thing is, like, when you hit the gas, it's 100% on or 100% off. There's no in between. So you've got to like constantly tap the button to gradually accelerate. Because if you don't get it up to speed, then it spins out constantly. I don't even think I could get this thing to go off-road. We'll get it to the straightaway and we'll try. Oh, come on. I think I'm going to have trouble getting it up to speed to be able to go off-road. Try to ease into it a bit. You could drive straight and think it would do more than 100? Probably. There we go. Oh, don't change. There is no traction. Man, oh man. So with this car, like if you can get it up to speed and keep it in a straight line, it's not so bad. But as soon as you turn the wheel, it's all over. It needs better tires, like big slicks or something on the back. Okay, let's see if I can get this thing up to speed. We'll try and hit the bump down here and see if we can launch the car out. I don't think it goes fast enough though. No, don't drift. I can't even screw up properly. This speedometer looks different. It does look different, yeah. Maybe that's part of the mod. I don't know. I thought about upgrading my GPU to something more powerful like the GTX. Yeah, I have absolutely. Or my GPU. So at the time I bought this computer, it wasn't this past January, it was the January before, and I was upgrading from a horrible potato. And I was looking for something I wanted to end up buying. And I've had HP computers before, so I decided to get one of those. I'm not really a super computer guy, so building my own computer was kind of out of the question. So I bought one that was pre-assembled, and I bought the HP Omen. I've been really, really happy with it. The performance on it's been great, particularly for what it is, because it's not a top of the line, but it is the Omen is the gaming series for HP. So it's been a really good computer for me. But yeah, at some point I do definitely want to upgrade it. To date, I haven't had anything that's really super taxing on my GPU, except maybe. Oh, come on! No, I missed it. All right. Well, there it is. There's only maybe 1 or 2 games I played, I think, that provide any sort of a performance hit to the GPU on this. So I will upgrade it at some point. I'm just not sure exactly when. It's kind of a big investment to get the next step up, I think. car's always too light for the power it drives. Like, yeah, it really is. Like, in this game, the car handling is really brutal. But again, part of it is that, you know, when you've got your power setting so that you're either, you have your foot to the floor or it's not on at all, it does get a little bit tricky. See you, Dante. TNT Duck, thanks for coming out. Try and drive it from this view. See, look, it's just, the back tires just immediately start to grease it out. Come on, get a little acceleration on it. There we go. I think the trick is to not have the gas on when you're turning the wheel. Anyway, we could put slicks on the back, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Let's get this back to the garage. And I'm going to take it to the auction. We'll see. I've never tried to see if we can sell cars in the auction, so I'll check that out. You're running an 8-core processor, 3 terabyte hard drive, 256 SSD, AMD R9, liquid cooled, 5 fans. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I would like to upgrade the computer. It just, I didn't have the money for it at the time I bought this one. And then once I bought a computer, I was like, well, it's doing exactly what I need it to, so it didn't make a whole lot of sense to upgrade it, but I will at some point. Maybe one day I can convince... this will cost me $200. Can I... Maybe one day I'll convince HP to just to sponsor me or something. I can get an open computer that way. Okay, so I've never sold a car before. So it looks like you can only buy. Like, I don't know how this works. Has anyone seen an auction in this game? Oh man, that thing's beat up. Beat up old Dodge Charger. I've never bought a car at auction in the game. I've never sold a car at auction in the game. I don't even know if you can. Alenticolope. Not leaving till Beehive buy. Echoes Cobra. Why does it say Echoes? That's weird. You built it yourself on Black Friday, paid $990 for everything. Oh, that's not bad. See, computer parts in Canada are a little bit more expensive than in the US, too. Put some fatties in there. Yeah, with some big fat slicks on the back of it, it would definitely handle better. Delray Imperator. Huh. The Mayan M3. You, too, can own the Mayan M3 for only $43,487. I don't think you can auction your cars. Yeah, see, if it's bidding, then it's actually I'm trying to buy. I can't sell here, I don't think. Car value 75,000. Oh, that's interesting. The Royale Crown. I don't want this car. Stop bidding. End the auction. We're done here. Pardon me. Ah, sorry, I thought I muted that. Okay. Let's see. Remove. And put in down. 52,730 someone bought it for. I don't want that. I don't know that there's actually any way to auction a car. Well, not that I've seen anyway. Can I build a Knight Rider car? I'd like to, but I haven't seen a mod for one. I think Fullsick has said that he has a Knight Rider mod, but he hasn't put some of them out there because I guess people have been stealing them and stuff. Claiming the mods as their own kind of thing. I don't know how that works exactly because it's Steam Workshop, but maybe there's a way to auction it if I go in here. I mean, I could sell it, but you can't auction it, I don't think. Anyway, we got it all finished up. It's 100% across the board. Car value is now $32,648. We got a $6,529 restoration bonus, which is all brand spanking new-ish. It'd be a nice one to have in the garage. I kind of wish you could auction them off and sell them, but it doesn't look like you can. Which is kind of weird. Doesn't mean you can buy from the auction, but I'm kind of losing my voice, so I think I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. This actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. Normally it takes about an hour to get through a car, but with all the kind of mucking around with paint and a variety of other things, we ended up spending a little more than an hour and a half on it. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, but tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Oxygen Not Included, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time as well. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel and you're still watching, feel free to click on that subscribe button so you can see any upcoming streams and videos. And if you do, I also recommend clicking the little notification bell and choosing all notifications. Otherwise, YouTube may not tell you. Nevertheless, thanks everyone for coming to hang out tonight. It was fun. We got a nice car rebuilt. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.